When the villagers came to him cheering, a part of his memories returned. Nox, they chanted. Imagine my surprise when I realized this fool was none other than one of the 5 celestial gods. My deepest fear was confirmed by Pyrrhus, the goddess of nature. The crystals were indeed the source of the evil vibe I felt all over Numbra. When they started to appear across the land, the Kamloops desperately summoned the 5 celestial gods. Amidst the chaos, Nox's altar was severely damaged. That was why he found himself lost in the wilderness without a hint of who he was or where he came from. From the beginning, Pyrrhus had used the fireflies to guide us here. Thinking back, they did lead us to Nox's artifact, the Shadow Core, and ultimately to Animus's lair. Unfortunately, 3 divinities were still missing: Shin, Orlog, and Luxana. While Pyrrhus took care of things here, it was our duty to search for them. Our next stop, the Marshlands of Sorrows.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Halo Builder. This is the 4th episode of LightFall. I just finished the Lost Lagoon, and oh boy is that difficult. Like, updated thoughts, very hard to think, very hard to do. It's also, the difficulty scaling in this game is not good. Like, the first levels are hard, or like easy. The first levels are easy, and then the very last level is balls out hard. Like, the Lost Lagoon with the dragon was completely difficult. I had never done anything. Like, it was nothing compared to everything else. So, I already went through this part, but unfortunately my voice recorder quit working, so I am re-recording this part. I restarted the level. So I already got the 2 memory crystals that were available in this level. Turns out memory crystals are actually journal entries of people, so we're gonna read them once we get to them. Do you have anything to say? No?
The stench
Oh, yeah, you do.
of this place would put a rotting carcass to shame. Whew. Stay on your guard, boy.
Okay.
The Marshlands of Sorrows are home to many foul creatures.
Okay, so he's warning me about people, about dangerous things. Thank you for that. And so I already figured out how to do this. It seems like you can't get out. You just gotta go like this, and 2 and 3, and there you go. And we're gonna go down here. What I really like about this is that every level has its own music and its own map, or like background, which I find really cool. No one saw that. That was just funny. Okay, so now we're gonna get up here.
Behold, the Sentinel of Hope. Originally built to lead the Kamloops across the deepest part of the swamp, it still stands today as a testament to their ingenuity.
This is actually pretty cool that they could build things like that. Okay, and so these things hurt you. Yup, there you go. Okay, now we gotta go back through the Sentinel of Hope. And I can get rid of them with the... It's easier just to go past them, but I can get rid of them with the thing, with my attack.
You know what worries me most?
Yes?
It seems like no place was left untouched by these accursed crystals.
That worries me because it makes the levels more difficult. So, where the first memory crystal is up there. So you gotta take this elevator, and up, and jump. Make sure to not walk off the elevator like that. If you do, then you gotta restart. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. Whoa, that was close. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, so we're gonna restart. And jump. Oh, I definitely can't make that. So we're gonna try one last time. 2, 3, 4. You remember when I said one last time? I meant now is the last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see? There you go. The problem with this is it's easy to walk off because it's not a cutscene. So here's where the memory crystal is, and it's actually a puzzle inside. There we go. So what you do is you press Y to get your box in floaty position, then B to turn these, then up, up. Walk here, then go and put the box back in the wheel, and then 1, 2, 3. And then you stand here in this area, and then you put your box up here, move it like that, and there you go. And the crystals are, you can see the remnants are right here, and then you go here, then you slide down, and then be careful because there are those people like these guys, these bugs that will kill you. Then you go back here and save. I'm going to read you. So it turns out, so if you go to collectibles, all these memory crystals that we've been picking up, turns out they're actually diary entries. So technically they are memory crystals. So if you press A, it brings up the diary of someone. So October 26th, 1590. After a month-long hike, we officially left the chain of mountains. Unfortunately, this new region was absolutely awful, as Azan described it. While I wouldn't completely agree with that statement, it was hard to find something nice to say about this place. We got ourselves into what looked like a giant swamp. The air, so hot and humid, made a simple task like breathing a chore. And I spared you the details about the constant stench since our arrival, what the owl sticks complained to us about. All of this wouldn't be so bad if we also didn't have to deal with the swamp's local fauna. Mosquitoes swarmed around us all day, flying in front of our faces and attacking every unprotected spot of our skin. Bog frogs spat poison darts as if we inadvertently walked too close, and weeping willows covered the area with their toxic tears. Oh, so those bugs that fly, those are weeping willows. But without a doubt, the most annoying thing about this place was that we had to watch every one of our steps to avoid falling into the deep mud. It had only been 2 days in the marshlands, but I could tell that we were playing with fire. I didn't want to lose any member of my crew in a place like this. No one deserved this, not even Asan. Yeah, she didn't like that one either. However, I always try to see the silver lining in this type of situation. The good news was that we could chop down the weeping willows to repair the ship's hull. The ship's hull? What's that? According to the cyborg DDP, it would be a meticulous and long process because of their poisonous tears, but it was possible. The biggest issue was that it would be near impossible to carry the wood through the swamp's deadly mud. I gathered my builders and engineers so that we could come up with a plan. Our best option was to build a narrow, solitary bridge over the deepest part of the marsh to carry the planks back to the ship. DDP and the builders could start working on that as soon as we established some form of base camp. But for that, we had to get out of the swamp first. We couldn't camp in the muddy waters after all. Oh, Numbra, why did you make it so difficult for us to love you? Oh, I think, remember in the beginning where they had the ship that the Kamloops used to sail to safety to Numbra? I think that's the ship they're talking about. Okay, so then we go back and resume. And then go over here. Oh, there we go. And then turn it twice. In the process of... Oh. There we go. So, and then these are like slime bugs. So you can step on the green slime, but you can't touch the green slugs because they will murder you. And then we're gonna wait for it to come over here. Get rid of it. And then be quick because they do respawn.
Such disgusting creatures.
Yep.
Yuck.
I agree with you, Owl. That's one of the only things I agree with you on. Reset. Oh, that was close. Aha, I outmaneuvered you. Oh, come on. There's no way it's heat seeking, right? Okay, so go 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump. Get rid of that. And up, and 1, and 2, and whoop, I missed. Oh, I got it. Then like this. Okay. And then now we have Flappy Birds, so we're gonna wait for it to open. And 1, and 2, and reset or respawn. And then this was probably the most difficult part of this level, just because of the Weeping Willows. Okay, hold here, and you have to use the sprint function, otherwise you won't do anything.
You truly remind me of my former pupil at times. I hope you two don't end up sharing the same fate.
What happened to her? Did she die? Is that foreshadowing? I bet you might. Oh yes, there we go. I got lucky there again. So I'm pretty sure that's foreshadowing to some story that's gonna come up. And so above the last checkpoint, there's another thing of memory crystals, and I already got them, so I'm gonna read them to you. Okay. So November 7th, 1590. We eventually got out of the deep mud area and found a decent location to establish our base camp in this nightmare of a place. However, it seemed we couldn't catch a break. I had personally been spared so far, but half the crew had been seemingly infected by a strange virus. It all started 5 days ago. After a long and exhausting day, we went back to the base. During the night, Tarkos, our diplomat from the land of Anthema, was struck with by a burning fever. At first, Asan examined him and ruled it as an isolated case. We had him rest for the day and had some medicine was administered. When we woke up the next day, 4 more people complained about strong fever, and the number of infected had only increased since then. Asan and her medical team could not find a way to stop the virus from spreading, nor had they found a way to cure it. Honestly, I have no idea how this virus could have been caught. From the mosquitoes to the weeping willows, everything in the swamp tried its darn best to poison you. Faced with the inability of my doctors to resolve the issue, I went to our expert survivalist, Sanaya, a strange lady from the Ifrit. The people of Ifrit were known for their use of poison and their knowledge of natural herbs and medicines. I figured she might be our best bet to stop this epidemic. Unfortunately, nothing in her personal stash could help us either. She was clueless to find about this affliction as our doctors. Things definitely didn't look good. We had no other choice but to stop the bridge building operations and focus our energy on finding a cure. After consulting with my close counsel, I decided to leave with Machita and 6 others still healthy enough in the hope of finding someone or something in the wild to help us out. I refused to sit still and wait for the virus to infect all of us, but we couldn't travel with the weekend people either. There had to be somebody out there who could help us. While we were gone, Asan would take charge of the expedition in the base camp. Ashen seemed annoyed by this decision, but she was my second in command after all. Luck had been on our side since our departure, and I hoped it would remain that way. I have a slight feeling that they did not make it, the infected people. And then back and resumed. And then actually beyond the memory crystals. So the memory crystals were just there. Okay. Oh, and you can just go around this area via the top. Okay. So I feel like that might be easier, but I want to follow the correct method. Whoops. That was an accident. So that's the optional method. And this is the way you're supposed to do it. However, the optional method does seem easier. Oh, come on, I pressed A. So we go up here. And then 1, 2. And then reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Okay, that's a cool statue in the background. What is that? Nice. I want to go look at that more closely. You know, that reminds me, what that reminds me of? When you were in high school, do you remember getting told by like your 9th grade history teacher or something like that about the Colossus of Alexandria, or was it? It was like this giant Greek statue that stood over some port, and it was made out of bronze. This is what that reminds me of. It's so strange that it's there and it just has no explanation.
I hope you have another trick up your sleeve.
B. Oh. So if I press B, it creates a shield. Alrighty. Okay. And... okay, so now they're upgrading from... from crystals to lasers, and that is worrying me because that means that it might get a lot harder. And 1. This looks interesting. Yes? Nothing to say? This looks...
Look! The gate is open. Luxana and the other divinities must be nearby.
okay. Oh, so this is the gate. I want to climb on top of this. Yeah, there we go. What?
Following this new lead, the boy and I ventured into a secluded part of the bog. He wanted answers as to what was happening to our homeland. And, most importantly, he was determined to find his friends. As for myself, I was more worried about what could be lurking in these parts of Numbra.
Okay. Alright, and so we finished the level. This is where this episode will end. I've been recording for quite a long time now, considering I had to finish Lost Lagoon as well. But, other than that, if you enjoyed...
Let's get moving. I've had enough of this blasted swamp.
Okay. If you guys liked... okay, so I can't go that way. But, if you guys liked this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. We are not close to finishing the game at all, so expect more episodes coming out soon. Other than that, have a great rest of your day.